to the Allison house at the Buddy Holly Center. We're going to go ahead and head inside, give you a quick little tour so you can see what we would normally show you here at the house. This is J.I. Allison's family home. His family lived here during the duration of the 50s. The reason we have Jerry's house, the drummer for the Crickets, the Hollies moved around quite a bit, so we actually have a list of 13 different addresses that we do keep on file in the gift shop. So we're going to go through today, give you a few little fun facts, a few things to clear up if you've ever seen the Buddy Holly story, the film starring Gary Busey in it, and a few other quick fun facts as well. So we're going to get started here in the living room. So if you have seen the film starring Gary Busey, you'll know that there is a scene where the Crickets are named due to a cricket being in the wall of the garage. Now the reality was it was actually very popular at the time to name your group after some sort of bug or insect. The group was a big fan of another group called the Spiders. So the reality is they sat down in this living room with an encyclopedia of insect names, flipped through that. Some of the names that they passed up on included the grasshoppers as well as the beetles. They ended up settling on the crickets because crickets make their own music. Now, not everything in the house is going to be original to the time that the Allisons were living here, and there are two major reasons for that. One being there was a tornado in 1972. By that point, the Allisons were actually living up in Nashville, Tennessee, which is where J.I. currently resides. The remaining individual pieces that are original include the painting on the wall. That was a popular paint by number done by Mrs. Allison, J.I.'s mother. There's a photograph on the wall of Louise Allison and her husband, J.D. That is also original to the living room. And we'll go ahead and head to J.I.'s bedroom now. J.I. did share his bedroom with his older brother James when their family first lived here in the LBK. He didn't have to share it for too long, so this bedroom actually became the location where Buddy Holly and the Crickets would write and record music a little bit while they were here in the Lubbock area. Now, the biggest song to have been written in this bedroom was Peggy Sue. Peggy Sue was originally titled Cindy Lou after Buddy Holly's niece and his sister. They did change the title of the song per request by a young J.I. Allison, and so it did become Peggy Sue later on. Now, the drum set here, this was a drum set that did belong to J.I. It doesn't date to when the Crickets were together, and that original set, of course, no one knows where that is due to time. The second the boys had opportunity and funds for something better, they went ahead and did that. J.I. did set this one up for us. He did it the way he would have. The tom drum, which is the top drum here, is upside down. J.I. would do that purposely. That is the sound he liked. Over here against this wall on top of the piano, you will see a photograph of a young J.I. Allison for the Lubbock High Westerners marching bands. You'll also see a New Orleans City limit sign. The story behind that sign is the boys went on a trip to New Orleans to hear real music. On the way back home, they noticed a New Orleans city limit sign. It appeared to be falling, so the boys went ahead, took it off, put it in the trunk, and brought it back home. I've been told that if you ask J.I. about it, he will simply say the statute of limitations. We'll go ahead and make our way here through the restroom. I'll meet you in the master bedroom. All the photos along the walls were donated to us by the Allison family in order to help refurbish the home. You will notice, as looking through these photos, you won't see a photograph of Buddy in any of them. That is simply because they were were all taken after February 3rd of 1959, the day the music died. Here in the master bedroom, the biggest song to have been written was actually That'll Be the Day. That'll Be the Day, of course, was inspired by the John Wayne film, The Searchers. The boys went to see that film, came back here. Betty started to pace the bedroom, told J.I. they should write a song. Being funny, J.I. tried to impersonate John Wayne's line saying, That'll Be the Day. Betty said yes. About 30 minutes later, the original country western version of That'll Be the Day was completely written. The rock and roll version we know later was re-recorded, and that was due to some contractual issues. But anyway, it was written right in here. And our final location is going to be here in the kitchen. Now here in the kitchen is where majority of the original pieces to the family are going to be located. Those include the dining room table and chairs, the wooden hutch against the wall, the glass grates and copperware, the kitchen sink, and the bottom of the island we built up from there. There's also going to be a phone against the wall. The phone itself is not original to the house, but it has the original shared landline number in the middle, if you are curious. So another fun fact to think about is there's also a scene in the Buddy Holly story starring Gary Busey, where the boys are driving down what is supposed to be 19th Street of Lubbock, Texas, right out front of us. In the beginning of the video, you could hear some traffic going on, but in the film, there are mountains in the background. That's not a thing in Lubbock, it just happened to show up in the film. Well, thank you for coming on this tour with me today. My name is April. I am a gift shop assistant here at the Buddy Holly Center. We hope to see you all whenever we open up again. Thanks for coming along.